Okay, let's get into it. We're doing a deep dive today on what has to be one of the most unexpected hits in 8-bit history.
Oh, for sure.
We're talking about a game that was basically, you know, slammed together from two completely different ideas,
Wildly different ideas.
released at probably the worst time imaginable, and yet somehow it worked. We're talking about Alex Kidd in Shinobi World.
A 1990 Sega Master System classic, and it really is a masterpiece of a corporate mashup. I mean, on one hand, you have Shinobi.
The definition of Sega's cool factor? Serious, deadly ninja action, Joe Musashi.
And then on the other hand, you have Alex Kidd, Sega's former mascot who, let's be honest, had completely lost his way by that point.
I mean, if you're listening, as you probably know the reputation, the previous Alex Kidd games, they could be rough.
That one-hit kill mechanic was just brutal.
Brutal, and the presentation was often just bizarre. Some of those titles, they risk being called, well, atrocious.
So the skepticism around this game must have been huge. Why would you pair your failing mascot with your most respected action hero? It just sounds like a recipe for disaster.
And yet here we are. The consensus is that it's one of the best action platformers on the whole console. Maybe the best Alex Kidd game outside of Miracle World.
Definitely.
So our mission today is to figure out how Sega R&D 2 pulled this off. How do they mix these IPs and create, gold? And why is it a game so many people missed?
Well, the context of the release is a huge piece of that puzzle. This game drops in 1990.
Right, when the 16-bit Genesis or Mega Drive is just dominating everything.
Exactly. The 8-bit Master System was kind of an afterthought in North America by then.
Sega was trying this, failed budget relaunch campaign in the U.S.
Yeah.
And because of that, this game got a really limited release. It's an extremely rare U.S. cartridge now. It just got lost in all the 16-bit noise.
And what makes it even weirder is the subject matter. Ninjas, katanas, very strong Japanese themes.
It was never released in Japan.
Never. Not a single copy. It was made for the markets where the Master System was still thriving. Europe, Australia, Brazil.
Which just makes you wonder about the whole creative process. What was the original pitch?
And that's where we get to the secret origin. Because it wasn't supposed to be an Alex Kidd game at all.
Oh, really?
Not initially. The sources show it started life as a game called Shinobi Kid.
Shinobi Kid?
Yeah, a playful, cheaty-style parody of Shinobi, kind of like what Kid Dracula was to Castlevania. It was aimed at younger gamers. A cartoon version of a serious action movie.
So the parody came first. The Alex Kidd part was?
A late-stage decision. Producers basically decided to give their struggling mascot, quote, another crack at fame and success.
By just slapping his face on a project that was already good?
Pretty much. They weren't trying to fix Alex Kidd's gameplay. They were just giving him the benefit of an already great engine.
An engine built by a fantastic team.
Right.
We're talking Sega R&D 2.
The same people who did Castle of Illusion, Golden Axe Warrior, and, laid some of the groundwork for Sonic.
So this wasn't some B-team project. It had a real pedigree.
And this kind of thing wasn't even new for Alex Kidd, really.
That's a good point. Alex Kidd. High-Tech World was an adaptation of a Japanese anime game, Animitsu Him.
And don't forget the fan theory about the original Miracle World.
The one that says it started as a Dragon Ball game.
Yep. Alex's big ears, the monkey look, the punching, it all lines up with Son Goku and Journey to the West. It seems like Alex Kidd was less of a character and more of a flexible skin they could drop onto any template.
Okay, but if the goal was to save the mascot, why use a parody? Doesn't that risk making him look even sillier?
I think that was the genius of it, actually. They knew the old Alex Kidd was damaged goods.
Right.
By making it a parody, they gave themselves permission to be lighthearted, to be fun, and most importantly, to drop all the frustrating stuff from the old games. It was like a soft reboot disguised as a joke.
And that sort of informs the plot, which is thin, but it gets the job done.
Oh, it's quick and painless. Alex and his girlfriend are on planet Shinobi. The evil dark ninja, Hanzo, kidnaps her. A good white ninja shows up, gives Alex powers, and makes him, and I quote, grow several pixels taller.
Which is probably the best character arc on the entire Master System.
I think so, yeah.
But let's talk mechanics, because this is where R&D 2 really delivered.
They finally gave Alex the tools he needed. He gets a katana for his default attack, which is way better than that awkward little punch.
Oh, way better. But the movement is the huge leap forward.
He can wall jump.
I know. It's incredible when you think about it. Joe Musashi, the star of the real Shinobi series, he couldn't do that until Shinobi 3 on the Genesis.
Years later.
So for a brief moment, the failed mascot was technically a better ninja than the actual ninja.
It just shows you the talent on that team. They knew modern platforming needed that kind of versatility. He can also hang from ropes and bars, adding this whole vertical element.
And that unique move, the fireball launch.
Oh, yeah. While hanging from a pole, you can charge up and just shoot across the screen like a flaming cannonball.
It's essential for finding secrets.
And the power-ups feel really good, too. You get the P icons, which upgrade your katana to a power sword, bigger arc, knocks back projectiles. Super useful.
Plus the darts, the kunai. Finally, a decent ranged attack, which was something the series desperately needed.
But the single biggest change, the thing that was like a gift to the fans...
The life bar.
The life bar. This cannot be overstated.
After all those games with the one-hit kill mechanic.
Which was so unforgiving. It's what made so many people hate the character. Here, you start with a health bar, those little red triangles. You can actually make a mistake and recover.
So why do you think they did that? Was it just to fit the Shinobi style, or was it a direct response to player feedback?
I think it was both, but probably more market-driven. They knew they were competing with Mario, with Castlevania, games that were tough, but fair.
It gave you room to breathe.
Exactly. Giving Alex a health bar made him instantly more accessible to that huge market in Europe and Brazil. It just made sense.
And the way they implemented it is so smart. You can find hearts to refill it, but also to expand it up to 6 points.
And once you hit that max, any extra hearts you collect turn into 1-ups.
It's this great little mechanic that encourages you to get good. You're not just trying to survive, you're trying to play clean to farm extra lives.
It rewards mastery without that, instant demoralizing punishment.
And on top of all the great mechanics, the game just looks and sounds fantastic.
The presentation is top tier for the Master System. The visuals are so detailed and colorful. People say they look like they're just a few ticks away from an early Genesis game.
I'd agree with that. They're easily among the best the console ever produced. And it's an amazing technical achievement. They packed 12 different areas into just 2 megabits of ROM.
Which is incredibly efficient. You have to remember, most 8-bit games, they really struggled with repetitive backgrounds, limited color. But this game goes from city streets to bamboo forests to underground rivers, and it all looks great. It just shows how well they'd mastered the hardware by the end of its life.
And the music is perfect for the vibe. It's got these great, light, cheery remixes of the classic Shinobi stage theme.
It just drives the action. It all comes together to create this identity. This is a fun game that doesn't take itself too seriously.
And that fun, that identity really comes through in the level design and especially the bosses.
The structure is pretty standard. 4 rounds, 2 sublevels each, then a boss.
And the environments are all parodies of the original Shinobi. Round 1 is the city, round 2 is the harbor.
And it has a little swimming segment, a nice nod back to Miracle World.
Oh, that's right. Then the jungle, and finally the Dark Ninja's castle, with the boss gauntlet at the end.
But the bosses are where the team just lets loose and has fun.
They got really cheeky with it.
Absolutely. The first boss, Kabuto, the original plan was to call him Mario.
And you can see it. He's this plump ninja with a mustache and a helmet. And he throws fireballs, just like Keno from Shinobi.
But when you hit him,
he shrinks. He gets tiny. It's the most obvious laugh-out-loud shot in Nintendo's Plumber.
It's amazing. They're blending a Shinobi reference with a direct joke about their biggest rival.
And that continues, right?
It's layered everywhere. The round 2 boss, Healy, is a parody of the Black Turtle helicopter from the arcade game. But here, he's this giant robot face that spits out little RC copters that look just like Opa Opa from Fantasy Zone.
So it's a Sega in-joke on top of the Shinobi reference. These are some serious deep cuts for Sega fans.
Totally. And then round 3, you get Robster.
A giant crustacean parodying the samurai boss named Lobster.
And the punchline is just perfect. When you beat him, you see him lying there defeated.
Covered in butter.
Covered in butter like a delicacy. It's just so silly. It completely breaks the fourth wall.
But then, for the final boss, they gotta play it straight.
They do. The Dark Ninja is almost identical to the final boss from the arcade Shinobi. Similar patterns, similar feel. They wanted the journey to be a comedy, but the final fight to feel like a classic, satisfying showdown.
And that leads us to the critical take on the game. Because for all this praise, there are 2 main criticisms that always come up.
Number 1 is the length.
It's short, very short. If you know what you're doing, you can beat it in, 25 minutes?
Yeah, and even a first-time player will probably finish it in under an hour.
And the second point, which is related, is that it's maybe a little too easy for veteran players.
The bosses die really fast, and the stages don't always push those advanced mechanics like the wall jump to their absolute limit.
But that goes back to the whole Shinobi Kid origin, right? It was designed to be accessible.
Exactly. It wasn't trying to be a massive, sprawling epic. It was focused.
And it's not a complete cakewalk. I think you need at least one continue to see the proper ending, and the Dark Ninja can be a real challenge with that shield of his.
Yeah, he forces you to get in close, which can be tricky.
So that brings us to the big question. Why does this short, easy, repurposed game get so much love?
I think it's because the team created something that just feels like its own thing. They took the tight controls from Shinobi, the lighthearted vibe from Alex Kidd, and made a perfect hybrid.
The controls are just so responsive. It's a game you beat and then immediately want to play again. It proved Alex Kidd himself wasn't the problem.
It was the one-hit kill mechanic. That was the problem.
Absolutely. And if you want to play it today, you absolutely should. Original US copies are expensive, but the Master System is region-free.
So a cheaper PL copy from Europe will work just fine. Or, of course, there's always emulation.
You just have to wonder why Sega dropped the ball here. They had this perfect template for a 16-bit Genesis series. They have the mechanics, the team, the concept.
But they just moved on. All focus went to Sonic.
And yet what they left behind is just this little gem. It's simple, premium entertainment.
It really proves that sometimes, a focus on fun, on core mechanics, can create pure joy, even if it's brief. It was the perfect redemption for Alex Kidd.
So we've established that turning Alex Kidd into a ninja parody gave him his best game. It was that fusion of incompatible ideas that created the magic. So here's something for you to think about. If Sega had kept this crossover approach going, what two other Sega properties should they have merged? Maybe the RPG world of Phantasy Star with the platforming of Wonder Boy? Or what about the cute-em-up chaos of Fantasy Zone mixed with the brute force of Altered Beast? That's something to mull over on your next retro adventure.